Hi everyone, this is Aga from EurekaCrystalBeads.com and I'm here with another fun beading tutorial for you. But before we get started, just a quick reminder to check out the rest of our channel. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss any of our content. In this video, I'll be reaching to our February 2026 Light collection, the Locked Away collection Light, which has sold out within like 2 days, so it's not available anymore. Probably when you're watching this, but we have all of the supplies here and they are quite basic supplies. You can make this project in any colors you want. And the project in question is this earring, though it could be a pendant as well. What do you think? Or a keychain. It's nice, it's compact, it's elegant. This is what it looks like from the back. It's very uncomplicated. The thread passes might be challenging in some places, but it's uncomplicated. And I'm sure even if you're a beginner, you will be able to make it. So if you like it, here's what you're gonna need to make it. The first ingredient is what's inside, which is a 12mm round Rivoli stone. Here I have a stone that was in the collection. It's a Karkovsky stone. So it's a Eureka brand, and you're gonna need 2 of them if you're making earrings, of course. This is how much of it is visible, so pretty much. I made another color version with the Siam stone inside, and I think it looks gorgeous as well. These are totally my colors, so I'll be making a second one to wear. In addition to the stone itself, you're gonna need an earring finding, preferably with a side-facing loop. And if the loop is facing like front to back, you want to add a jump ring probably. But this one that was included in the collection with this nice decorative element, it has a side-facing loop, so that's what I'm gonna use. When it comes to beads, in order of appearance, you're gonna need 2-hole diamond beads, 3mm round beads or 3mm pearls. Then some cylindrical beads. Here I'll be using Miyuki Delicas, but you could use TOHO's, TOHO Treasures or TOHO Aikos as well. And finally here I have a beautiful size mix of Miyuki beads that was in the collection, but I'm only going to be using 15s for the finish of this bezel here. So not a lot of them. You can use any color that you like, and only 15s are what I'm going to be fishing out of this mix. And that's it. For tools, I'll be using a size 12 needle with 4-pound Fairline, though I made this one with a 6-pound and it looks great. It was easy as well, so you can use 6-pound for better strength. And when it comes to supplies, that's it. Let's start beading. Alright, so here is the beading plan. We're gonna start, contrary to what we would usually do, we're gonna start with the outer row of beads here. So with the diamond beads and their round beads. And only then we're gonna go to the inside. We're gonna connect them on the inside. And then we're gonna finish the bezel. And that's gonna be it. So it is quite a quick project. I think you can make a pair within like an hour. In any case, it's a 1 evening project, so I hope you enjoy making this. I'll start with about half a wingspan of thread. I'm not going to use a stopper bead because I'm going to tie off my thread right away. And the first thing that you want to pick up, it's quite a lot of beads. 12 sequences of a round bead and diamond bead. So I have 12 round beads and 12 diamond beads on my thread. I'm going to slide them down. And I'm going to pass through all of them once more in the same direction so that they form a circle. Alright, so this is what we have at this point. I'm already going to trim off my thread and tie the 2 ends together. So I just take the end that I cut off and tie 3 regular knots with the thread. Alright, and I started with a round bead, so that's what I'm passing through. Maybe just several other beads as well. And now I want my thread to be coming out of one of the round beads because I will already attach my earring finding. We're kind of doing things backwards this time, but why not? I don't want to come up here again. Or you could actually, you know what you could do? You could leave enough of a tail to attach an earring finding later, which I now realize would be a better choice, but I didn't leave enough of a tail. So that's a bummer. I can cut it off. So you just leave a tail enough to add the earring finding later. Don't be like me, realizing what you do as you do it. Now to attach the earring finding, I'm picking up a Delica and a 3mm round. I'm looking at where I want my front to be. So one good thing that you don't have to think about if you're adding the earring finding right away is thinking about where your front is going to be, because it can be any side, so you can just adjust later. Anyhow, I'm picking up a Delica round, then my earring finding round and Delica. And my thread is coming out of a round bead here. And I'm going to go around and through this round bead to attach my earring finding. And you want the loop in the earring finding to be between the rounds. So you don't want it to be held just by the thread like this. You want it to be in between the rounds. And I'm going to reinforce it by going through those beads and the earring finding 2 more times. Alright, and as I'm passing through that round bead for the last time, I'm also going to pass through the diamond bead that's next to it. And I'm going to step down its free hole. Now I'm going to bring all of the diamond beads to the middle, like that. And I'm going to add a single Delica in between them. So I'm just connecting the diamond beads with a single Delica so that they all meet in the center. And here is my last Delica that I'm adding. And as you pull tight, it's already such a super cute ring. So even if you decide to not add a stone inside, maybe I'll prepare some and take some pictures. But even if you don't add any stone inside, it already looks so cool. So you can just do this and go through all of those beads inside one more time. And then tie off your thread and boom, you have an even simpler earring that looks absolutely fun and pretty and classy. But we want to make our bezel now, so I make sure that my thread is coming out of one of the diamond beads. And I'm gonna add another Delica in between each 2 diamond beads. So I'm doing the exact same thing. And when I pull tight, this Delica is going to place itself right on top of that first previous Delica that I added. And this is sort of kind of a peyote stitch, I think, with diamond beads. So it's super simple. You just add a second Delica between each 2 diamond beads. Alright, and this is gonna be the last Delica that I'm adding. So just passing through that first diamond bead, and this is what I have. They don't have to be super even because we're gonna be adding on to them. Now I look where my front is. In my case, it's here. If you're only adding the earring finding later, then you just need to decide based on, well, I don't know, your preference. In any case, I passed through that first Delica that I added in this previous row. And this is what we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with those Delicas, and I'm going to pick up 2 new Delicas and simply pass through the next Delica from that previous row. They're going to pop in over here like this on top of that diamond bead. And another 2. And through the Delica that's next. And you just go around adding those 2 beads. And here is my last pair. I'm attaching it to the first bead from that row that I was working with. There we go. So we have a full row of those pairs of Delicas like that. Now my thread is coming out of the Delica from the previous row, and I want it to be coming out in between one of the pairs of Delicas that we added. So right in here. And that's where the 15s start coming in. So I'm picking up a single 15, and I'm going to go down the second bead in the pair. And now I'm skipping the bead from the row that I was previously working with, and I'm just going up the first of the 2 beads in the following pair. So I'm kind of connecting those 2 Delicas from these 2 pairs that I previously added. Another 15 on top here, and actually you can go through both the second bead in this pair and the first bead in the next pair at the same time, right? They're going to be connected here at the bottom. $15 down the second bead and up the first of the 2 beads in the next pair. I'll go from the other perspective now. $15 down the second in the pair, up the first in the next pair. Or you can just go 1 bead at a time. You don't have to pass through both of those beads. 15, second bead in the pair. I'm just going to go by 1 bead now. And connecting to the first bead of the next pair. You just go around doing that. And the reason why we didn't add 3 beads right away, so like we could do like Delica 15 Delica in the previous row, but in this way we wouldn't have these 2 beads in the neighboring pairs connected. And you really need that because this is going to make this bezel shape just a little bit nicer, you know? So the beads are just going to be a little bit neater. So I'm going to continue adding the 15 and connecting the pairs and come back to you when it's time for the next step. Alright, so this is going to be my last 15 on this row. Just like that, we've created this little kind of crown on top. This on its own also looks already nice, so we can basically leave this pendant or this earring as is at any point and it's going to look cool. In any case, I want to go up the next pair and the 15 that's on top, so over here. And I'm going to add a Delica in between the 15 that are next to each other. It's gonna seem like a long distance for the Delica to fit in. So as you can see some thread here, but once you pull this all together, it's all gonna look a lot better. I'm not gonna pull this very tightly together yet because at the end of this stage we're gonna be adding our stone. So maybe I will pull it gently together in the first half, but you want to be like 3/4 done before you add in the stone. Alright, so I have like 4 beads to go in this row, and I'm gonna put in the stone now. And they will start holding it inside, but not very tightly. I would say it's not before we add our final row that this will get really nice and cozy in there. So I'm just finishing up this row, making sure that the stone doesn't fall out. Here's my final Delica, and I'm passing through that first 15-0 and the first Delica that I added in this row as well. When you pull it together, it's already kind of held by the beads, but we just need one more row to make sure that everything is nice and solid. Alright, one more row and you're done with the earrings. So now we're just gonna add a 15-0 on top of this 15-0 in between the two Delicas. So I'm just picking up a 15-0 and adding it between the Delicas. Right on top of that one here. Another one. So at this point it has become your regular peyote stitch. Another 15-0. And as you pull it tight, you can see how neat and cozy it's becoming. And here is my last 15-0, and as I pull it together, you can see it's nice and neat and looks really cool. So I'm just going to pass through the beads in this last row, so through the Delicas and through the 15-0s one more time to tighten it all up and to make it more sturdy. And then I'll tie off my thread, weave in the tail, and that's gonna be it. And the earrings are ready. Look at how cute they are. I think they're good to even wear like every day with an everyday outfit, just like jeans and a t-shirt even. There is some sparkle thanks to that stone, but they're also very simple. They're not too much, if you know what I mean. I hope you make them, and if you do, let me know how much time it actually took you to make a pair of these earrings. I'm super curious on how long it actually takes to make my designs, because I don't measure the time as I design them because it usually takes a lot more time than just making them with instructions. So I'm really curious. As I mentioned, the collection is no longer available at the point of the publication of this video, but all of the supplies in a lot of colors are available at eurekacrystalbeads.com. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, give us a thumbs up as it always helps, and consider subscribing so you never miss fun projects like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!